So in this video, we've just removed the fans that were on top of the van, and we've bought some 1mm thick aluminium metal that we're just going to basically cut to shape and put over. The idea is that we're going to put some no nails underneath, stick it down, silicone around the outside, and then put some of that tape over the top, waterproof tape, and hopefully that'll fix our holes. We've bought a workbench and everything else to cut it to size. So yeah, long story short, this video is going to be all about how to fix a hole in the roof. So the first thing we did was to assemble our workbench that we'd just bought. Then I very gracefully climbed onto the roof of the van to gain access to the fan. To remove these fans, it was 1 bolt on top and 4 screws from the inside. Okay, so I've just put a lot of WD-40 on this silicone on basically scraping this off now, sanding it down from the rust, and then we've got a little metal piece that we're going to cut out to the shape, stick over the top with some no nails. Hey Joe! Hey! So after a bit of white spirits, this is what it looks like now, but obviously you can see I've scratched it quite a lot, so I'm going to have to put some red oxidize over, let that dry, sand it down so that it's a smooth surface, then put the no nails metal on. Whew. So there we are guys, the next step. So put the red oxidine on, it prevents metal from rusting, so let that dry for a little bit. So then all the scratches will be covered in rust prevention, and then we'll paint it white Hammerite to protect the rust protector. Okay, so the next stage now, we've put white Hammerite on, so it's all now painted, all the area has been sanded, rust eater, and then protected. So wait for this to dry now, and then we'll put our aluminium metal square piece. So while the first hole was drying, I simply removed the next fan and repeated the process, putting WD-40 on, scrape off the old silicone, and then sand it, prime it, and rust protect it. So this is what it looks like from the inside. Then it was time to measure out the metal piece that we needed, trace that onto the piece of metal, and then remeasure it, and then remeasure it again to just make sure that it was the right size piece we needed. I then simply clamped it down to our new workbench and decided that the best process would be to cut it out with an angle grinder. I didn't have any safety specs, so I used my diving goggles. Remember, safety first. Okay, so I tried to angle grind it off, and obviously the heat just melted the metal, so it looked like that, so I had to give that off as a bad job. Then I tried to hand saw it up, which worked, but then when it got to a certain point, that was stopping it from going any further. So then I've had to use the jigsaw to get it off. So yeah, but basically we've put some little metal sheets now, some aluminium sheets, 1mm thick. I'm just going to sand off around the edges now to make it nice and smooth, and then we're going to stick that on the van. Okay, so this metal plate then, I've just put some tape round so that when I sickle flex, it'll all be nice and neat when I peel it off. And obviously you need at least a couple of mil on each side. So all I've done is drawn a red circle, so I know I've got to put no nails all around here, and then squish that down, wait for that to dry, and then sickle flex. So clean and prep the area first with a dry cloth and some rubbing alcohol. Then put on lots of no nails or Sikaflex. I actually recommend Sikaflex. I think it's stronger than no nails. So line that up, and then once you push it down, make sure it goes out the edges, and put lots of weight on it or stay standing on it. Make sure that all the edges are tacked down as well, and that they're not bent upwards. It might be a case of hammering some of them down. Okay, so the metal sheet is down. I've just put a couple of weights on there on the corners to try and keep it bent in and tacked. So it's doing its job. So now just let that no nails dry, and then run around the edge with Sikaflex. So this is what it looks like now. I've peeled the tape up. I actually have learned a little trick. If you get I've just been dipping my finger in this, but if you just get water and then dip your finger in to make your finger wet, and then go around the outside, it smooths it down a lot nicer without sticking to your finger. So yeah, it's dead smooth. So new plan for now. Basically, we've put the metal over this with no nails, and then have silicone around the top. And then this hole, I basically just put some tape back over it, because we've decided this tape that we've laid out, our Max X air fan is going to go there. And then we're going to buy the set and our skylight 700mm skylight is going to go here at the back, so I no longer need to fill this hole in, and I'm going to cut this whole section out. So yeah, we've saved that. But yeah, this is how to fill a hole. It seems to be working so far. I'll let you know an update when it's dry. We've got the motorhome tape back over the top. Okay, so a quick tip for the hole. So we had some of them little orange flashing lights, so when I took them out, they left with some holes. So I recommend just get some coarse sandpaper, like 100 grit, sand the area nice and smooth, clean it, and then use the red oxidized paint to paint around the areas to protect any of the scratches of the van from future rust. Then I put some tape on the underside so that I could put some Sikaflex on the top of the van and just use the hairdryer so that would secure the holes. Once the Sikaflex had dried, I could then put a big dollop of Sikaflex on top of the holes, and I simply placed some 5p's on top, pushed them in so that it's got a continuous bead of Sikaflex around the coin. Once the coins had dried in place, I then just put another dollop of Sikaflex on top so that it was waterproof on top as well. It's not the neatest job, but the coins won't rust and it looks okay. The final step was to put the roof sealant tape on top of the coins just to be double sure that nothing was going to leak. So this tape is extremely sticky. Once you put it on, you won't get it off. So just peel off the clear coating and stick it over the top of your coins or any holes. This tape I also used to stick over the top of the metal plate I just put on to cover the fan hole, and it works excellent. So again, here's the finished product. It's like I say, it's not very tidy and neat. I'm going to jet wash all around now, so all this will be gone. But yeah, it's not the tidiest thing, but the point is silicone and 5p's on, and then with this watertight, there is definitely no water ever getting in under that. So yeah, job done. I'm happy with it. It looks good. Well, doesn't look good, but it's waterproof. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you join us next time when we install the Max X air fan and give you all the best tips on how to do it. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and hit that notification bell to keep up to date with our videos. Peace!